Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's fundamental and technical market breakdown. This is Anthony Phillips Njoko, and I'm a certified professional trader. Today, I'll be taking you guys through the current market structure and what I expect for the time period of May 15th to May 19th. So this is DXY. We're currently on DXY, and from DXY, I expect buy setups. Because due to geopolitical factors and macroeconomies, the inflation is under control in USA, and unemployment is under control in USA, and the Federal Reserve Bank, which is the Central Bank of the United States of America, they are not increasing interest rates anymore on money borrowed from banks. So this is then causing the whole economy to bounce back, and investors are pulling in money. So why I stated this is because from last week, a lot of issues of negative news impact, but the dollar was still moving up. Like from this point, when the BPI was mentioned, we were expecting the dollar to be weak, but it started pushing up and to the week ended. So for this week right now, we already broke this high, and it is clear that investors are buying in on the dollar. So I'm expecting a buy setup from 2 points. This first point, 102.50 for the DXY. And my second point is this H4 validation point, which is at the point of 102. So if market doesn't start pushing up from 102.5, it will start pushing up from 102.000. So that's why I'm expecting my buy setups for USD, and then it will be going up to this point of 104.500. So it's a long way to go. We have other validation points like this point, 103.0000 is a validation point that needs to fulfill the efficiency. But the overall validation point where we have our 1 day validation point is close to 104.8. So we'll be using this validation point at this mark here, 104.5, which is the dollar will be massively strong ending May and also to June. So with that said, we're expecting dollar to move back down and then move back up. So for Euro USD, I got a buy setup, but it did not validate our M15 return to origin. So the trade was not triggered. So currently I have this H4 validation points on Euro as well, and these are psychological levels. This psychological level of 10.9, and then this psychological level of 10.95. But we have this H4 validation point at this point, which is about 109.2. So from here now, we'll be expecting the market to drop because there's a validation point. Exactly the same. It's close to the point where I saw dollar. So I'm monitoring dollar as well. When dollar gets to the 102 point on the index, that's where I'll then start monitoring Euro USD for the sell setups and the dollar index for the buy setups. But currently, I have this returns origin over here, M15 returns origin and M5 returns origin, where I expected to enter my buy setups. But it didn't feel efficiency, so the trade was not triggered. Instead of just jumping into it, the trade was not triggered. But if it still goes back to full efficiency before going up, good. But for now, I'm just on a corrective structure, and from there we'll then start looking for our cells. These cells to break this psychological level of 1.085 and go down to the psychological level of 1.075, which will also have a H4 validation point at that mark as well. but we're taking our partial profit at this psychological level of 1.080 when we enter a sell from this area to the downside. Partial profits here, and then we hold we do break even and leave the market to run down to this point. So aside from that, the next is AUD/USD. The same process. We need AUD to push the market to the upside a bit. It's loading. Okay, so for AUD, we have this H4 validation point. Here is the H4 validation point. You see this is the last green candle before this drop. And also we have a psychological level there, 0.670000. So at this point now, we're looking for ourselves, and from there we'll be shorting the market down to this H4 validation point you can see over here. And also we have a psychological level there of 0.66000. So we'll be expecting sales. And we'll still go through the calendar, the news calendar. The next is oil. The next is US oil. For US oil, we have we have the market currently moving up. The US oil currently moving up. So from here, we expect market to come into this zone. So market to come into this zone, and from here we'll be selling into this H4 validation point. But we have to move into this H4 validation point here to feel efficiency first before it sells down to this H4 support validation point. Because we have unfulfilled efficiency here. The market came up here, used that as a little resistance and dropped, but there's unfulfilled efficiency here. So you need to go and fill that efficiency and then drop. Then we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been following our signals, our trade signals for the past 4 weeks in a row. So currently on Bitcoin, now having a bullish bias. I've been waiting for Bitcoin to come down to this psychological level of $25,000 per Bitcoin. I'm not selling. I'm expecting Bitcoin to still drop. Yes, Bitcoin is currently at 27,500. I expect it to still drop. But I'll not place any sales. My sales was from 29,000 to 27,500. It's at 27,500 currently. Well, I'll be buying from 25,000. It will go down to 25,000. If it doesn't come down to 25,000, I'm not buying. So if it comes down to 25,000, I'll buy. And we'll be taking profits from 29,500. It could go higher than that. It could go higher than that. It could go to the $31,000 mark. It could go higher than that because I see a structure. Bitcoin is currently playing out for us. There is a structure that plays this way. Let me draw it for you guys. Yeah, so you guys. So this is the structure I see. So I expect market to come down to this point. But my psychological level is 25,000. Because of the high liquidity, it's not just come here and hold. It's not just come here and hold. This is the high liquidity. Bitcoin will drop down 25,000, then we buy. Aiming for psychological level of 29,500 before the next move. So this is what I see currently on Bitcoin. And that is it for the chart. Let's go to the calendar and check the news. Let's go to the calendar and check the news. Okay, currently on Tuesday, we don't have any high impact news today that is Monday. So on Tuesday, AUD. This is the news by 1:30 a.m. This is the news that has high chances of pushing AUD to the downside. So we'll be watching out for AUD for the downside. Then Euro, 9 a.m. This could be the news that would still push Euro to the downside, 9 a.m. tomorrow, down to 10 a.m. And then USD USD card, we have a structure that the market is going to still have this bullish bias, though. It's going to have a bullish bias for USD cards. But I did not mark it out on my chart. I'll still mark that out. But currently we just have this structure, AUD and Euro. So the next is on, let's see more. On Wednesday, we have Fed. This is medium impact news. We have JPY. I don't have any structure on JPY. No much high impact news on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, wait, let me reload this so it will be fresh. Okay, so for the high impact news, we have news on AUD by 1:30 a.m. West African time. 1:30 a.m. West African time over here. So that's Westpac Consumer Confidence Index, Westpac Consumer Confidence Change. So this is consensus is 82.1 and previous 85.8. Then this consensus is minus 1.7% and previous is 9.4%. So that's the previous consensus, and the actual is meant to be released by 1:30. So this could be high impact news you needed to see AUD USD go to the downside. And then for GBP, we also have news GBP by 9 a.m. So we'll be trading GBP very early in the morning. Also, we have we have on Euro, we have CPI news on Euro, inflation rate. So when inflation is higher than expected, it is good for a currency. So if this news turns out to be negative, I think Euro will be weak because 119.4 is higher than 118.8. This could be the news driving Euro to the upside now. And unemployment change, when there is, I think if this is higher, this is not meant to be good for the economy. So by 9 a.m., this news, I expect it to be negative. This CPI is meant to be lower than 119.4 because the last one was 118.8. So we'll see what the data tells us. And then that will be the bias we need for Euro USD to start dropping. And then we have more USD news by 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. With retail sales of gas, retail sales year over year, retail sales X auto, month over month, retail sales month over month. So these are high impact news as well by 1:30, which could continue to push the downside. Over here, we have news on USD as well. On USD, so Wednesday could be the day we need to see USD continue to push to the downside. So all this news starting from AUD by 1:30, because AUD is the one is a pair that is closest to its H4 validation point. It is the closest pair to the H4 validation point. Aside from AUD, the next is Euro. We start checking pairs that are closer to the H4 validation point. So AUD can start pushing faster by 1:30 West African time, Euro, then followed by Euro later in London session, and then USD New York session will continue the flow to the downside. So Wednesday we have CPI on Euro. This is higher than this. This is higher than this. This could turn out to wage some support but continue the drop. Building permits, real estate buildings, real estate contracts in USA has increased in quantity. So I think that building permits will be high. Then we have on Thursday, no much news on this by 2:30 on AU, the unemployment rate. And then we have employment changes. When this figure is higher, it is good for economy. When this figure is higher, it is bad for economy. So we'll see what happens on Thursday. Then jobless claims on USD, continuous jobless claims, initial jobless claims, existing home sales. This is going to be high. Existing home sales is going to be high. I already saw an article from a bank in USA. Then on Friday as well, Fed Chairman Powell's speech. This is going to pivot to the next direction for next week, Monday. So this is why I expect that news to happen on Friday. It's going to pivot to the direction for the market for next week, Monday. But the main news I view that is going to push this, start the drop, is this retail sales on Tuesday by 1:30 for the sell. So that's it for my bias. So we're watching out for the market and watching out for our Telegram, our WhatsApp, and all our groups for signals. When we see this trade market setups, we'll be dropping them for you, and we hope that you'll be able to use them to make profits. One thing to know about trading is that you need to be very, very defensive with your risk management and aggressive with your profit as well, so you can be able to make a lot of profits in the market. So I wish you guys a profitable trading week and have a wonderful